Welcome back to Neurodegeneration Awareness and Artificial Intelligence, where we explore exciting intersection of technology and neuroscience. I'm your host, Sukant, and today we are joined by an outstanding panel, very senior scientists, professors, Brooks, Mallika, Dr. Kaniz. We are joined by some very young researchers, engineers, Sohit, Kanak, Sahil, Aditya, Jinyasa. Welcome, everyone.
Thanks, Sukant. Happy to be here for another episode.
Thanks, Dr. Sukant. It's also great to be back and diving into such a transformative topic.
Thank you, Dr. Sukant. I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Sukant. I'm eager to jump in.
Thank you so much.
I'm also excited to contribute and learn from everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so today we are diving into how AI-driven personalized education can revolutionize the way we communicate complex neurological information to different audiences. This is very important because healthcare professionals, patients, families, and general public have very different requirement for personalized education. And you can imagine how it has been a nightmare for individual educators, proponents, right, campaigners of neurodegeneration, and how AI is completely changing the game. Brooks, let's start with healthcare professionals. How is AI enhancing their training?
Well, AI is transforming medical education in profound ways. It enables adaptive case-based learning where AI can generate simulated patients with diverse presentations of conditions like multiple systems atrophy or progressive supranuclear palsy. These systems track a clinician's diagnosis, reasoning, and tailor subsequent cases to address specific knowledge gaps. Performance analytics then can highlight areas for further education, and this ensures a highly personalized learning experience that can sharpen clinical skills for medical professionals.
That sounds incredibly effective. Mallika, can you elaborate on how AI supports procedure and treatment simulations for professionals?
Absolutely, Dr. Sukant. It's actually, it reminds me of a pilot. It's basically they undergo flight simulations, to learn or imagine unexpected counter, or understand such extreme situations which might occur, actually. So AI-driven virtual patients respond realistically to medication adjustments or therapeutic interventions which mimic the real-world scenarios. The system tracks decision points and provides evidence-based feedback on clinical reasoning. This allows the professionals to practice, therefore, high-stakes, low-frequency scenarios like managing rare complications, which is not unusual to suddenly have in a patient, right? And also in a safe environment. So it's basically like a flight simulation.
Well, that's really interesting. It's a great analogy where you use the flight simulator. Dr. Mallika,
Right.
Let's take it further. How does AI integrate with continued medical education to keep professionals up to date?
Very good point, because here we talk about medical education and the future doctors, So AI makes continuing medical education very dynamic and relevant. Learning modules will adapt to a professional specialty, therefore prioritizing like neurodegeneration content that will align with their patient population. So as this new branch of research emerges, the system will automatically update contents, highlighting studies which are most applicable to their practice. And also, adaptive testing focuses on the various knowledge gaps, thus ensuring that clinicians stay sharp and informed throughout their careers of practice.
That's a powerful way to keep education current. Dr. Kaniz, let's shift to patients and families. Kaniz, tell us, how does AI tailor education for them?
See, AI is sensitive to their emotional and knowledge needs. It uses progressive complexity model, starting with essential information during the diagnostic phase, like what Alzheimer means for daily life. And as understanding grows, it introduces deeper explanations such as mechanism of the disease or the prevention and management strategies. Also, the system checks how engaged someone is to see if they are ready, making sure that the content is helpful and easy to understand.
That's very interesting. So the sensitivity you're saying is a key. Sohit, can you explain how contextual support systems enhance this process?
Yeah, sure. AI identifies moments of confusion, like, for example, when a user repeatedly searches for a specific term or abandons an article and offers simplified explanations. So once users grasp basic concepts, more detailed content unlocks basically. So when the system automatically adjusts the emotional tone based on interaction patterns or preferences, thus creating a nurturing learning environment for both patients and families.
So that's very user centric. It's a game changer. Kanak, how does AI help translate abstract concepts into practical applications for families?
Yeah. So AI connects theory to practice by linking concepts to daily management. Like interactive tools let families practice caregiving techniques, like helping with Parkinson's mobility with the help of virtual guidance. And most importantly, the content adapts to the specific subtype and stage of the condition, which will make it immediately relevant and actionable for their situation.
Well, that practicality is so important. Brooks, moving to general public, how does AI identify and address misconceptions about neurodegenerative diseases?
Yeah, so AI is actually quite adept at myth busting. It can kind of instantaneously analyze social media and search platforms and uncover common misconceptions. I think we talked about one in the last episode that Alzheimer's is just normal aging, is a huge misconception. So educational content can then target these myths with clear, accessible language. AI also measures the impact of these campaigns, tracking shifts in public discourse, and this ensures that the message is resonating and correcting false beliefs effectively.
That's a smart feedback loop. Malika, how does AI optimize engagement for diverse learning in general public?
Right. Engagement, I believe, is key because AI will certainly excel here by adapting the content formats, videos, texts, or interactive modules, which are based on user preferences. It adjusts information complexity to keep casual learners interested without the potential of overwhelming them, which is a possibility. Cultural references and examples are also tailored to specific demographic areas, making the content relatable, as we spoke in the last episode also, whether it is for a retiree in the US or a young adult in the Middle East.
Well, that adaptability is impressive. Malika, how does AI tailor educational materials for specific communities to ensure relevance?
So, what it does is it dives into the communities, discuss neurodegeneration, their terminology concerns, and the communication styles. It then makes material that addresses these unique needs. For example, in a rural community with limited healthcare access, AI might emphasize like practical caregiving tips via mobile friendly formats. And outreach campaigns also target platforms popular with specific demographies, thus ensuring that finally the message lands effectively, which is our goal.
Yeah, that targeted approach is very critical.
Right.
Dr. Kaniz, let's take it to sort of next point. How do these tailored learning experiences improve the
Uh,
knowledge transfer compared to traditional methods? Contrast the two for us.
Okay. See, AI ensure information is accessible and relevant by personalizing content to individual needs and learning style, whether they are specialist or patient or public in general. This helps in boosting the understanding and health literacy, leading to better decision making and outcome. It's very different from one size fits all approaches that often miss the mark.
Very well said, Kanis. Sohit, any thoughts on tools driving this personalization?
Yeah, so the tech behind it, like machine learning and natural language processing, allows AI to analyze user behavior in real time and adapt on the fly. It's like having a personal tutor who knows exactly what you need to learn next, making complex neurological info feel approachable.
Well, that's a great way to put it. So, Sohit, it's I think really interesting saying like you have a personalized tutor. Kanak, how do you see these tools evolving to reach even more people?
Yeah, so I think we will see more integration with everyday tech like wearables or social platforms, making education seamless. Like for example, if I say a smartwatch could prompt a user with a quick quiz on ALS after detecting irregular movements, keeping learning ongoing and accessible.
Well, that's a very exciting future. Brooks, what ethical considerations should we keep in mind as we deploy these AI-driven educational tools?
Yeah, I'll reiterate a couple points. Obviously, ethics is front and center. Privacy is very important. User data must be protected with encryption and clear consent. Accessibility matters a lot too. Tools need to work on low cost devices to reach underserved groups. Accuracy is non negotiable. Content must be vetted by experts to avoid misinformation. And finally, we must ensure that everything is culturally sensitive, adapting tone and examples to respect diverse values without compromising scientific integrity.
Well, that's very important point that you brought up. Now let's just shift to Malika again. How can we balance sort of this whole aspects with cultural sensitivity as we go along on these aspects?
Right. So basically, the framing adapts because the science obviously remains constant globally. For instance, an AI tool might explain Parkinson's progression using metaphors which are tied to local traditions, like, say, gardening in one culture or storytelling in another, while keeping the biology accurate. And AI can analyze cultural trends to therefore fine tune the delivery in a region specific manner and on ensuring it resonates without diluting the actual facts.
Okay, so let's move on to Kanis on sort of parting thoughts. Kanis, what's your take?
It's absolutely about empowerment through knowledge. AI can democratize education, giving everyone, from specialists to families, the tool to understand and manage these diseases effectively.
Okay. Sohit, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's just that AI's ability to personalize is a game changer. It's education that meets people where they are.
Kanak?
Yes, I'm totally agreed. It's also exciting to see knowledge and technology making such a human impact.
Okay, wonderful. We will wrap up this episode here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. These were wonderful insights. It was a very vibrant discussion. I hope you subscribe to us, you like and share our episodes. We'll be back next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.